Hello and welcome to this final phase in the cycle of becoming. I am Gemma from This Holy Hearth. I'm an astrologer, I'm a mum of 4 boys, and I am bringing you this cycle of becoming. Today we're talking about the grow phase. This phase is guided by the archetype of the witch, and it is all about understanding yourself at a deeper level, about the wisdom that comes from maturity, about the completion of cycles, the alchemy, the lessons that are learned, and the ways in which those guide us as we move through this process of becoming, of completing the journey, of really shifting back into the beginning, but from a place of maturity and experience. So along this cycle, as I've been explaining to you, I have shared quite a lot of my journey, of the initiations that I've been through, and this phase, the phase of grow, guided by the witch, is all about where all of these descents bring us. All of the moments where life teaches us big lessons. The loss of my mom, the birth of my first child, and becoming a single parent. The building of my life over and over and over, leaving community. None of these journeys were wasted. Every single one of them has shaped me in really powerful and important ways. And I wouldn't change any of them for the world. And so as we enter this phase of grow, as we meet the witch, we recognize that all of these moments, all of these pieces of our journey have been important in bringing us here. That this is the moment of transformation. When we meet the witch, we're in a space of evolution where we're ready for death to reshape us, where we're ready for everything about ourselves to be reshaped based on the journey that we have traveled, the soul rememberings that we have integrated, and all of the pieces that we have experienced on this journey. They all become valuable at this point. The failures, the successes, the cruel lessons that life has taught us, they all become the gold through this process of meeting the witch, of reaching completion. This is where we learn that as we walk through fire, we learn to transmute it. And this is the mastery of that energy. This is the stepping into your true power, recognizing that you are the fire, that you are the witch, that you are the one who chooses your path and who owns and takes responsibility for those decisions along the way. This is the energy of the waning moon, of the moving towards darkness again, of beginning to release what is ready to be released, and of preparing the ground for the next journey. This is the energy of composting, of using the things that we no longer need to create fertile ground for the next journey that is coming our way. This is the work of autumn, of taking in the harvest, of celebrating the fruit of the journey that we've been on, of recognizing what we have achieved, and of enjoying the beauty of whatever it is that we have achieved. Because at this phase, this is a completion. Like, you have built something. You have been on a journey. You have had an adventure, and now you meet the witch. When your journey is reaching its completion, when it's reaching its peak, when you are becoming ready to begin a new journey, The witch comes to teach you about preparation for that, about how to really integrate all of the lessons that you have learned along the way to become what you have experienced, how to allow it to shape you and to shape how you move through the world moving forwards, not in a way that is broken by what you have suffered, but in a way that calls your power back, from all of the places that you have released it, that brings you into greater alignment with yourself. This is the moment that you realize that if you could have survived what happened to you in the past, then you are capable of creating something magical with your future. That you have finished building and rebuilding, and now it is time to enter a phase of expansion. And expansion is its own kind of ending, in that you reach one goal and then you have to release that goal and move into a new goal that's going to require new things and new lessons, new understandings from you. Learning that the goal is not to create constant momentum in one journey, but it's to create alignment in a way that everything that you require flows to you, everything that you need for your next step is going to come to you, and just allowing that timing to unfold as it needs to, allowing yourself to take the next step when you're ready to take the next step. This phase of the waning moon and the harvest asks you, what have you learned from your journey? What have you achieved? What have you grown? And how has it changed you? How have you allowed it to change you? And so what are you ready for next? What are you ready to step into now? Your voice should feel more powerful on the other side. You should feel more grounded, more resilient. Everything that you've learned, everything that you've been through, this makes you unstoppable. This makes you a force in the world, in whatever you choose to do next. And if that isn't the way that you're feeling, then there is still work to be done in this phase. Maybe you need to go back, spend more time in devotion, in tending, in integrating, in that slow process of allowing time to unfold until you are ready to step into the grow phase. I know that has often been my story. I felt like I was ready, and I just needed to trust the timing to allow things to unfold when they were ready, when it was the right time for them. And my offering to you for this season, where we're welcoming transformation and alchemy, the container of the cauldron is what I offer you. It is much longer than any of my other offerings. You can book for 3 months or for 6 months, and I accept people by application only. If you are interested in this, feel free to drop me a form and we can talk about whether this is right for you or not. But the cauldron is a much longer, more spacious container where over several months we can look at your journey so far, at where you've come from. We open with an initiation reading. So we begin with a full reading of your chart and reflection on where you are in your life. And then there's ongoing support in Telegram, in a personal chat between us, where we can drop voice notes. So you can drop me a message and I will get back to you. This will become a really personalized journey for you. When we are in the cauldron doing the work of this alchemy, this slow alchemy of recognizing where you are, where you've been, where you're going, what your soul is calling you into, how you are alchemizing all of your lessons into power, into clarity, into self-understanding, self-compassion, and healing the wounds that might be holding you back as you move forwards. We can really spend time working on all of those things through this pattern of gentle alchemy, of gentle manifestation, of slowly building these things over time, using those lessons that the priestess taught us about self-devotion, about tending to the tiny things over time, being a much more powerful journey than one big step. If you're not ready to step into the cauldron, then I offer you a free meditation to introduce you to the dreamer that will be linked below. You can step into my hearth, my inner circle on my mailing list, and receive my reflections along the way. Please do consider subscribing to this channel if this has been useful to you. I would love to share more about this journey of becoming and how this cycle plays out in all kinds of areas of our life. Every time that you journey this cycle, you emerge a little bit wiser, a little bit truer, a little bit more congruent, and a little bit more powerful. So as we continue to move through these cycles, some of you may feel like the next year is one big cycle, and for some it might feel like endless cycles as frequent as the moon. Know that you are always in the process of becoming, and wherever you are right now is the perfect place to be.